And hello. It's been a while since we've done one of these videos predicting the winner of the 2012 United States Open Championship, the second major of the year. It's an Olympic club. It's in San Francisco, California. Um, this has been a crazy year of golf so far, and it's been exciting to watch. I know we got to see Bubba Watson win the Masters after Woosthazen double eagled the second hole, and they went on to a playoff. And then you had Watson hitting that miraculous shot that's probably only going to grow more famous throughout the years. Um, Shot through the woods. Um, it's just one of those things where do I feel like uh, Bubba Watson's a very creative player. He's a very good player. Um, of all the majors, I would say though that the Masters or the PGA probably did fit his game the most. I'm not sure U.S. Open fits his game that well, but I'm not discounting him from repeating. I always start off with the previous champion of the major. Of course, every year you want to, if somebody wins the first two majors of the year, which I think only Tiger Woods and Jack Nicklaus have done in recent times, um, and that's going to be a huge story, obviously. Um, so let's break this down. Who do I think has the best chance to win this major? And we'll start off with who won last year, and that was Rory McIlroy. And it's hard to believe that it's been a year, not only since I've started doing my videos, but since Rory McIlroy won that inaugural major championship. Still looking for a second major. Struggled a little bit lately. Kind of did well at the FedEx St. Jude Classic just this last week. Um, Swing looks a little tight, but it looked a lot better last week. And, if he rounds into form and he drives the ball well, he'll be in contention here. Um, there's no doubt about that. Of course, no one has repeated a U.S. Open championship since Graham McDowell. Right? Sorry, Graham McDowell. Why did I say Graham McDowell? Since Curtis Strange back in 1988, 1989. So that's not done very often. Before that, I believe it may have been Ben Hogan back in 1950, 1951. So that's really not done that often. Other players that I think that I like, of course, the number one player in the world hardly ever gets any love, but people are quite rude when they say they're not going to give him any love until he wins a major. Luke Donald, that is. They won't give love to. Luke Donald, he's a great driver of the golf ball. He's a great short game iron player. He's a great consistent player, but until he breaks through on that big stage, that's exactly what he will be. He will be a great player. He won't be a legendary player or really in the history books at all. I mean, you go through the annals of golf history, and if you think about the greatest moments, you think of majors. And Luke Donald has been absent from those, and so much so that I think his best finish in a major is, like fifth. I actually don't have the quote there. I'm not sure, but somewhere in there, I think is his best finish in a major, and that was probably coming from behind on the last day. I mean, it's hard to. He's not been in too many where he's actually been at the forefront of the championship. So, I'm not sure about Luke Donald. Tiger Woods. Well, we had to talk about him sooner or later. Well, let's just do it now. Looking for his 15th major championship. Hasn't won a major in 4 years since 2008 U.S. Open at Torrey Pines. Obviously, winning that major with an anterior cruciate ligament tear at his knee and tibia fracture. But he's really he's the greatest player. Well, he's in the short list of the discussion. It's either him or Jack Nicklaus, if you want to go that way, of being the greatest player of all time. And at the Memorial a couple weeks ago, he really showed that he's got winning on his mind, and he looked good. His swing looked great a couple weeks ago. I think he looks prepared. He's going to have to drive the ball well. It looks like he's putting well. Course he's used to. He used to play as a child. Course, the last time he played it was the year after he won the Masters, and did not win that tournament, obviously. But I don't know. I would not be surprised if Woods did win this one. Um, I really wouldn't. Um, I don't know to say if I pick him to win or not, but other guys I'm looking at, there's a ton of guys. Did not mention Lee Westwood yet. Man's 39 years old, does not yet have a major, but he seems like he's always there. If he could just find a way not to leak as much oil, that is, coming down the stretch. And this course in particular brings out great drivers of the golf ball. If Westwood could find his flat blade this week, I think that he would probably win the U.S. Open. But that's if, and we've all been there with him. Misses a lot of short putts. His odds are going off 12 to 1. McIlroy's going off 10 to 1 odds to win. Tiger Woods is going off 6 to 1 right now, or the recent odds. And Ricky Fowler is going off at 12 to 1. And that I may or may not agree with, but that's not going to be a very good return, because I don't think that's a very good bet. I'd give him more like 30 to 1 odds. But I think it's possible. I'm not saying it's not. Dustin Johnson, great driver of the golf ball if he gets it in play. His accuracy is not always great. He's got a pretty good short game as well, although he will be noted for that flub at the 2010 Open and at Pebble Beach for a long time, shooting an 82 there, and the highest score since Fred McLeod in 1908. Actually, now that I think about it, how the heck do I remember all these details? I think I have no idea why. I don't even have that written down or anything. What I have is that Johnson's going off 25 to 1. I think that's a pretty good bet if I were putting money on this. Dustin Johnson looked really good last week at the FedEx St. Jude, coming off his back injury. Matt Kuchar, yeah, I could see him winning. The guy that no one is talking about, and I don't know why. Do people not watch golf? I mean, seriously. And they just take a break from the time the Masters is over to the U.S. Open and say, oh, Tiger. Jason Duffner deserves more of... He's going off at 25 to 1. But I think if you've watched him play in the last 2 months, he should be going off more like 10 to 1 at least. Maybe even better. I mean, I think he's got a great chance to win with his driving, distance and accuracy, and his putting right now. I mean, he's got a great chance. Mickelson, they say the course really penalizes errant plays off the tee. So right then you're like, there we go again, but there's no water. There aren't that many bunkers, I was told. It's just a long and hard course, and the longer it is, if there's just rough, Phil's pretty good at playing from the rough. I mean, if he could find most of his balls in the fairway, Mickelson could have a great week as well, if he got the putter going, and I think this course probably suits him pretty well, as much as any course here in recent times. Of course, the last couple, I guess he got tied for 4th at the U.S. Open the year 2010, but last year why am I thinking or recalling it? He didn't do too well, but we'll say that I think he'll be in contention as well. And I haven't even exhausted the list of possibilities yet. some other guys that you can't really discount. I would say Steve Stricker. Steve Stricker looks, well, I mean, the man's a great driver of the golf ball, let's be honest. And if we're picking great drivers and great players with great short games, then Steve Stricker is going to be on the list. He's old, though. Not against him, but I think he very old to win a major for the first time. I think he's 45 or 46 years old. Be a great story, though. It would be. Darren Clark was 42 last year. He won the Open Championship. So Hunter Mahan also won twice this year, and people are not even mentioning him, but another player that could be right there at the end. And so you see, I go on and on about kind of trying to put this in a nice little box and make it easy to understand, but the reality is that there's a lot of different players that could win this championship, and I'm gonna feel like a fool when I say this. Despite my better judgment, I think the man that will win the 2012 United States Open is Tiger Woods. And I haven't picked Tiger to win a major since I've been doing these commentaries, even though he's still been the favorite. But I have that fashion feeling this week. Don't know how to explain it. I think that he wants this one pretty bad. And the course is going to be playing to his strong suit with length, and he knows the course well. But then again, this thing could change. I mean, who knows? I mean, we've seen him be erratic, but you're asking me to make one pick, one selection out of many, many players who could win. I think McIlroy could repeat. I think Mickelson could win this thing as well. Part of me wanted to pick Lee Westwood, but it's hard to pick a guy who's not won a major. But I do think Westwood or Stricker or Dustin Johnson or somebody like that could win this championship. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope on providing coverage. I'm gonna miss most of Saturday's round because of work. Sad, but it's about what I wanted to say. And of course, the scramble. Everyone wants to know how the Restaurant Open Challenge went the other day, and then the answer to that is that we were 7 under par, 65. Pretty good. Closest to the pin on one of the holes. This is a pretty impressive showing. We got 4th out of 18 teams, and we're 4 shots off the pace. So, well, I hope you any questions, any comments. What do you feel? Tell me who you think will win United States Open Championship, and I'll see you tomorrow. I cannot wait. Okay, I cannot wait for this championship.